As leaders, when we are tired and stressed, we are at our worst, not at our best, even if we might have the best intentions. And that is when our shadow comes out. You have a shadow, I have a shadow. The key is to learn to know it, to name it, and to tame it. And in this video, I'm going to share the 5 ways the shadow comes out and leaks under stress. The first way is when your tone shifts and the tension is being sensed by your team. And maybe it's not even your tone, maybe it's just a facial expression that they recognize, something is off. And they either mirror it or they mute themselves. And why is this important as a leader is just to understand there's something called emotional contagion. Emotions spark emotions. So your dysregulation now becomes theirs. And why does this matter? Is because your mood then sets the culture. And the team starts to kind of navigate and orbit around your nervous system rather than focused on the task at hand. So what can you do as a leader? Well, firstly, recognize that you always set the emotional tone. Don't leak it. And secondly, think about what am I making them feel? First, what am I feeling? But secondly, also, what am I making them feel? Be really conscious and honest about it to yourself, but also to your team. Second, time when your shadow leaks is when your patience starts to fade. We've been there, and even at home, as a mother, as a father, with your partners. Yes, this is when your patience fades, and you interrupt, you snap, and the room tightens up. And what is that then? Well, it's like a cognitive depletion. And where does it come from? Because your body starts to run now in a stress mode, in an alarm state. And the limbic system, the alarm system, is overdriving and taking over the neocortex, the thinking brain. And why does it matter to you as a leader? Is because when that happens in you, well, it's going to happen in everybody in the room. The fear rises, people stop sharing ideas, and you might miss the signal and just hear the threat and continue. But instead, what you can do as a leader is you pause and you breathe. You know this is what your shadow does. And you help through breathing build and maintain a sense of safety in your body and in the bodies of your team as well. Because when you breathe calm and deep, it sends the signal to your body that there's no threat. And secondly, be brave and just call it out because your team already knows it. Tell them, I'm getting tense. You know what? Let's take a pause. Let's reset. The third way is when your control spikes. So the shadow leaks out by starting to kind of nitpick and control things and want progress reports and very often and redo everything or hover. And where does that come from? It's an amygdala hijack. Because basically what happens is when we are kind of trying to soothe our own fear, we start to tighten the grip. Not loosen the grip. And why does that matter to you as a leader? Well, you might be killing right at that moment their ownership and sense of, hey, she or he doesn't trust me to do this. And the team will start to mirror your anxiety, not your standards. So as a leader, what can you do? Well, first, delegate even when it feels unsafe. Understand that it is your shadow in that moment trying to hoard and grip into everything out of fear. And secondly, not only to them, but to yourself, say it. I trust you. You got this. I trust you. It helps yourself to regulate, but also your team to regulate. And then the fourth one, mask stays on. This is another way how the shadow leaks in a rather sneaky way. So you keep smiling, you keep performing, you pretend everything is fine. And what it is, it's a fawn mode. And fawn is, there's fight, flight, freeze, and fawn. And fawn is a pleasing mode. It's a way to react to threat and stress, a survival response. And why does it matter? Is that this kind of a fake strength, and that just creates more distance. Vulnerability creates the connection. So what can you do as a leader when you find yourself saying, I'm fine, when you are not? You first drop the script. Just speak your truth. And say, you know what, masks off, this is how I feel. This is how I am today. And then last, the way how shadow can be leaking is when your presence drops. The team feels, even if you are present, you are not, or they don't anymore reach to you, and decisions get delayed, or you don't come on camera on Zoom calls, or just go quiet, and the team feels a bit lost. And what is this? Well, this is hyperarousal. Basically, it's so much is going on that your brain checks out to conserve energy. It says, no more, you know what? I just want to shut everything down to conserve energy and survive. And why does it matter to you as a leader? It's because that silence breeds assumptions, and your team starts to fill those gaps with fear. They might be thinking, is he or she pissed off at me? Did I do something wrong? Am I in trouble? So as a leader, what you can do is name your shutdown before your silence and before your team names it. And second, you can also say, I'm out of energy right now. Let's pause. Be honest to yourself and to your team, because most probably they've already noticed it, and they will be appreciating your openness and vulnerability to call it as it is. So how does your shadow leak? Write it down in the comments, or if you have a question, ask it. I'm happy to answer. If you want more, subscribe or join me every Friday to my Leadership Level Up lives, where we tackle one topic in 30 minutes. Thanks for watching.